Hello everybody and welcome to a new tutorial from me for you. This time it's a little tutorial about what I do and how I adjust everything before I go live. That can be on YouTube. So far on my new channel I haven't done that yet, but I've did it twice on Facebook. The first time I went live I used my old way of recording by connecting the source of the audio, in this case a mixing table or mixing panel, I don't know the proper English word for it, and connect that to the input of an external audio card for my laptop, because my laptop doesn't have an audio in jacket, or not that I know of. But there's a better way, and this is why I didn't dive into it. Yes, I've used it once on a broadcast on Facebook, and a music friend said to me that there's another way and that gives you better sound. And to me that were already the magic words, so it's worthwhile to do this. All I had to do was buy a USB cable that you usually get delivered with a printer. So on one side the regular old model, the flat USB, and on the other side the more square shaped USB. Usually that square shaped would go into your printer. In this case the square shape is going into the Genos 2. The flat side goes into your laptop or computer. If you do this you got a digital connection, but you need to download a driver, a sound driver from the Yamaha site. I haven't took a picture yet, but I will do that and I will place it in the screen while I'm talking about this. Because you need this driver. If you don't use that driver, all you can do with that same USB cable is transferring files, make a backup of the Genos 2, or use downloaded registrations from another Genos 2 user and put that on your keyboard in each its own folder, but that is for a different video. I will not go into that. So when you make the connection, before you make the connection, make sure you download and install this driver, and as soon as you have, then your program, in my case OBS, online broadcast software, if my memory serves me well, it would sound logical to name it like that, because all this program does is allow you to broadcast your music, video, or even gameplay. If you are a gaming channel, you can even broadcast your screen of your computer and the audio of it to your audience. But in this case I'm a music channel. If you've done this, you get to see your settings. I will show you this by clicking on, I've already made a profile, so you see here Genos 2 Digital. That is a name that I gave this part of the profile myself, so I know that this is the one for my audio. So I will double click on Genos 2 Digital, and now you get to see, while I show you this picture, apparaat, that's Dutch for device, line, digital keyboard. So this is a line in, and it is a digital keyboard that's connected. If it says something else on your place, because OBS choose something other by default, and I guess that will be always your sound card, then you will click on this up and down arrow on the right side and keep on clicking until you see line, digital keyboard, because that is the one we want. That is the line where you get the best sound. If you've done that, we click on OK. Then you can change the name like I did. I will show you here, Genos 2 Digital. So we know that if I click this, then the Genos 2 Digital slider will be active. I've already tried this in the Dutch version of this tutorial. It doesn't matter if you lock it or not. No matter what you do with the lock, the volume slider below Genos 2 Digital, which is the input of the digital keyboard, will work. So well, the downfall of it is that every time you go live, you need to make sure that the song that you play that has the loudest bass and volume levels, that song you've got to choose, and then you've got to make sure to adjust your program so it doesn't clip. Yes, it can touch the red a few times, but it doesn't allow to stay there, because you will break the sound. The sound quality will get worse when it's clipping. Even though this is much more bit and a bigger container, still with your software you can override this container and go outside the boundaries of the amount of bits of data that will be sent from your keyboard. So I will show you this. Let's quick auto start a style, and I will press start. I will show you while I pressed play or pressed the chord, so the style went running, so to speak, or playing. In that time I've already shown you this picture that you are looking at, where you can see that the volume sliders are up. Now what I will do is, during that I play the style is running the same chord over and over again, but the point is I will change the volume of the keyboard. And this is a good thing that this is happening, because what it will do is the output of the keyboard is frozen, and that means you can either turn off your sound, you can throw it all away, all open, you can play as loud as you want, but your broadcast will always be the same, because the line out is, like I said, frozen. It actually works the same as on the Tyros 4. I have two outputs, there are even more, but two of them which I've used both. One of them did respond to the volume button, and I mean, or yeah, knob, I mean, never mind, yeah, English not my main language. And the other outside, where it's, I don't know the proper wording on the back of the panel, but that says the line out is frozen and will remain the same. And then the Tyros 4 works the same as my Genos 2 now with this digital connection. The only advantage of this digital connection is, like I said, the much higher bit rate, the container that the samples are recorded in and sent out of. So you got a better sound. So let's go and start the same style part in the same chord. And now I will turn down the volume and I will show you the picture. I don't make this live. I did this in the Dutch version already, so I know that this is going to happen. But I will show you the picture of the result when I press play. Now there's no more sound coming from the speakers. But now I look to my left, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if not, I know for sure that I will show you the picture of the Dutch version. The levels are definitely not a response to that I turned out the sound. In my old way of broadcasting, that would have closed the volume also for the listeners. So this is a much better way to broadcast. At least that's what I think. Now let's turn on the volume, and before I do that, the reason why I do this, according to my music friend, you can't change this sound level at all. So now I will turn back the volume, but a little bit softer, because I want to still to be able to hear me. And while I do this, I will show you the results from my Dutch version in the picture, while I will be dragging down the volume. I will see this live. So we got a little bit of music, but the volume on the program is still the same. And now I'm going to slide the slider to 0. And what will happen? Well, not to 0, let's make it, give it a little bit juice. And now I will show you the picture what happened while I was recording the Dutch version. Yes, as you can see, the levels are completely at the beginning and don't go above minus 50 decibel or whatever the frequency are. Oh, decibel, yes, it says on top. And now I go back up. Now they are reasonably, as I would use them while broadcasting, they are hitting the red, but they are not staying there. Most of the time they are in yellow. And this is the way you want it. Let's stop this. So I've shown you the pictures while I was turning the slider down with a low volume. I showed you now the picture, still now after I did the volume changing on the laptop. What will happen if you turn the volume up? And this is why it's important. If you broadcast and you use this same software, then you will definitely still, before each broadcast, make a preparation by playing your loudest song, not on your loudest setting on the keyboard, but what is with the most bass and rhythm and when the style is most active. Then you will have to adjust your slider so it will just hit the reds, but not stay there. Make sure that on the loudest thing you do, that it will not stay in the red. One example is my latest broadcast on Facebook was also with the digital version, but I had the output set wrong. And why wrong? For all the music the sound was excellent. But the final chord on It's a Small World After All, that was where the band was going like, and I did like 1, 2, 3, 4 notes on my right hands in one go while the band was going crazy, and there you will hear the clipping. So the broadcast didn't went completely as I wanted it, because I was expecting it to be, clip free, because of the bit rate, the bigger container, so to speak, figuratively speak, that it's impossible to go outside. But as you can see, with this free program, you can go outside of that container. Even though it's a bigger container, it doesn't matter. As long as you can go beyond that value, you are still getting the clipping. Doesn't matter how many bits they use. Maybe my music friend uses a different program. Then I would like to know what music program he uses, because I would like an automatic adjusting program as well, so I can save me the work of needing to adjust OBS before I go live. So if there's a way to get a proper broadcast volume, I'm open for suggestions. If I'm doing anything wrong, I'm open for suggestions. I don't mind critics, because like you and everyone who's watching, we are all human, and human can make mistakes. We can't know everything. One is specialized in this, the other is specialized in the other. But in this case, for me, it's a nice way to show you how I go live, and if you want to use the same software, how to go your way about it. And also that you can, unfortunately, still make mistakes by broadcasting too loud, because you, no matter what anybody says, you can go beyond the bigger container that this new way of connecting the keyboard gives you. So no matter how big the container, OBS will find a way to break free. I wish it couldn't. I wish there was a limiter, but yep, okay, that's something that, it's a free program, so you don't hear me complain. It works. It gives great sound when you adjust it right, and that's all I'm asking for. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, suggestions, you can leave them either on my Facebook page, which I will see sooner than I would see it on YouTube, because YouTube sometimes refuses to send me an email that I got a comment. So if you want a quick response, hit me up on Facebook. And if time is no problem, then I will always check my videos, and I will come back to your question. And if you found it helpful, if you've also been using this program but you always run into a problem with it, I don't know if the first Genos also has this line out program available, so you can use your USB to use it as a digital connection instead of using an audio card or whatever way to get your sound digitally or analog, but without a microphone at least, to your laptop or computer. Because if there's something that I will not listen to all the way through, is when a broadcast or a YouTube video is recorded with a microphone. Because the acoustics, you cannot get an idea of how wonderful that sound is at that person's place. Because the microphone of your, whatever you're using, either in a webcam or in my case, the microphone in the Sony camcorder, it will not give you that same quality in sound as it would if you use either this way or use the digital recorder built in your keyboard. And that has been built in, if I'm not mistaken, in all the Tyros keyboards, so definitely in the Genos 2 and Genos 1. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you got questions, and I wish you a lot of fun playing your instrument.